for today's Kids Crafts video, which is not just for kids, by the way, it's for adults too. I'm just calling it Kids Crafts. You're gonna learn how to do a really cool pastel galaxy. This is super easy, and the best part about it is it's very easy to fix any mistakes you might make, or as Bob Ross would say, happy accidents. And literally you only need like 2 supplies, so definitely the easiest galaxy you'll ever make. Alright, let's look at our materials and get started. Alright, so here are the supplies for the pastel galaxy. One is you will need some reference material, so I have this Hubble telescope book, but you can also just Google search space images on your phone and find something you like. 2 is you'll need some soft pastels. These are our favorite pastel. They're pretty good, and if I can figure out how to open it, then I can show you the colors. There we go. I've only used them once, clearly. Oh my goodness. So you can see that this set has a pretty good variety, and I got them at Michael's. I don't remember how much they cost, but they weren't that expensive. Maybe like $15 at the most. And then last is you'll want some black paper, and I have this Arteza black sketch pad, which is awesome, and you can use all sorts of materials on it. And then lastly is your fingers, because we're going to be spreading with our fingers. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's the image I'm going to be using. I'm just going to be drawing one of these galaxies, and I know it's a little bit hard to see the details in it, but you get the idea. And obviously I'll flip my sketchbook open. So when I look at this image, the colors that I see are pretty neutral. There might be a little bit of red or orange, so those are going to be the primary colors that I use. So the first thing I'm going to do is start out with white, just to kind of get the basics of the galaxy, and you can see that it's more of a spiral. So the first thing I'll do is start out with just scribbling an oval. And then I'm just going to do some really light sketches going outwards in this spiral motion like you see in here. So it kind of goes out this way, and then there's another area that goes out like this, and then there's few sort of outside edges. So this first part doesn't need to be very specific. We're sort of just outlining the very basic areas. And then what I'll do is I'll repeat these steps with the other colors that I plan on using. So once you're happy with your basic outline, the next thing you're going to do is start smudging it together. And you'll probably want a tissue or a paper towel to clean your fingers off on, because this is going to get fairly messy. You can also expect your table or surface that you're working on to get fairly messy as well. It's also best if you smudge the lightest areas first and then work your way into the darker areas. Okay, so it's already looking a lot more like a galaxy, so the next part will be to just layer right on top of this. So I'll be using those same colors, and I'll probably be using more of the light colors for this step. Still just scribbling. The details will be the last parts of this. So this is really just to brighten up those lighter areas. So I'm really paying attention to where the highlights are in the picture. So now that I've lightened it up, the next part is to add the details. And just keep in mind, anything you don't like, you can most likely just smudge it and it'll be totally fine. So if you think an area is too light, then just add or smudge a little bit of the darker area into it. If you think an area is too dark, then add a little bit of white or the lighter color onto it. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with most of the details. So you can see that I just added a little bit more texture with the shadows to bring out the texture in the picture of the galaxy. So if you want, you can always add some darker shadows, like some blues or purples on the outside. I think I kind of like how it is. So next I'll be adding stars. So the easiest thing is to take your white and to just gently press it against the paper, and you really want to do it just randomly all over. The more random you can be, the more realistic it'll be. And then if you look at this picture, you can see that there are some reddish stars in there. So what I'll be doing is using my red, if I can get it out of the container, and I'll just be doing some circles with the red. Good if you could see it. Oh my goodness. And then adding a little bit of white into the center to make it glow. So very easy to add those finishing details. Alrighty, so here is the finished pastel galaxy, and for reference, I'm basing it off that top one, so I feel like it's pretty good actually. So this is one of the easiest ways to make a galaxy. I know mine is a little bit more detailed, but definitely your kids can just smudge these colors around in a circle and I'm sure it will turn out beautifully. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you try out making your own pastel galaxy. As usual, please like and subscribe, comment if you have suggestions for any videos or tutorials you'd like to see, and then you can check out all of my social media accounts at Bexx Fine Art. Alright, see you next time!